Good morning, folks. Merry stupid o'clock. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the usual rant and then the disclaimers. Well, I spent a good majority of my life knowing that the world was ableist, but oh boy, with the JD versus AH, did I realize just how ableist they are. I am so tired of the out and out stupidity that I'm seeing on Twitter. I can't even see straight. I block the stupid as much as I possibly can. I am trying to put the focus on these kids stuck in hellholes like JRC and Agape, but no, neurotypical society. You can't be bothered with the fact that people with mental health issues, disabilities, and yes, even some of you are being horrifically abused, raped, and sodomized while we speak. No, we're too busy defending that fucking lying bitch that is Amber Heard. And fuck it, I'm going to say her name. I am that level of pissed off right now. That level of pissed off. Every May, every May, I read through a list that gets longer every single goddamn year of individuals just like Johnny murdered by their significant others, many of them men. Their murderers, their wives. They were targeted for their disability. Their disability was used as a means to vilify them by the wives. Call them monsters. But it doesn't just happen to the males, it happens to us females too. I've been called a monster, soulless, unfeeling. I've heard it all, folks. I have fucking heard it all. I have had my clothing choice dissected. How I wear my makeup when I put it on, how I wear my hair, how I live, how I speak, my stems. The same bullshit that is thrown at JD on the goddamn daily. On the daily. And I thank God he doesn't have a Twitter so he is not able to see the heinous, ableist, hateful, bigoted bullshit every day. These people don't care that there are people with disabilities who read their tweets. They don't care that if you slander one of us, you slander all of us. You've painted us all with the same brush for years. And I'm tired of it. I'm done. What the hell does one of us have to do to be believed? For God's sake, Andre McCollins had live video. Johnny Depp had audio tapes. You can hear her psycho. What's it take? Tell me, what does it take? See, this is why people with disabilities, by and large, do not report their abuse. Because we know we're going to be blamed. We're going to be called liars. We're going to be called delusional. We're going to be called monsters, difficult. We're lucky if we just get called difficult. Matter of fact, I'm done. Okay? Take your ableist bullshit somewhere else. And to those Ampy stands that stand by Miss Amber, wake up. If you're not paying attention, now's the fucking time. These people do not care about us. They have never stood by us. Where were they for the girls of Circle of Hope? Where were they when we were begging for help to fight the JRC? Where were they for Jennifer Masumba? What about the other girls at the JRC right now? Under threat. There's literally been rapes that have taken place inside this school. Where are they at? You need to start thinking about this stuff. I hate to say it, as people with disabilities unfortunately have to grow up earlier than most, but I beg you, pay attention. These are not our friends. They are not allies. They do not give two shits about us. If given the opportunity, they will use our disabilities as weapons against us. Wake up. I started this morning on a cheerful note, folks. But if you want to get down to it, every single time I've managed to argue with one of these idiots that support her, there's more behind it than the fact that she's got a vagina, folks. There's more behind it. And it always comes down to the very thing. Well, he's weird. And they start listing off traits that put him with the rest of us neurodiverse brethren, one by fucking one. I've shown some of those tweets on this channel. Okay? I block as many of these people as I can, but the stupid and the hatred leveled at him. What triggered me so much is it's the same hatred, the same justifications, the same abuse apologencia that is used against us every single day on every single social media and on every single media ad. And don't get me started on what happens every fucking April. Go to disabilitymemorial.org if you want to sit there and try to argue with me how men can't be abused. Tell that to all the dead. You tell that to the parents who actually gave a shit about their kids. Okay? You go tell that to the loved ones who actually cared about their disabled person who was murdered. You go tell that to the boys of Agape boarding school. You look them in the eyes. Done. Done. All right. Now the usual disclaimers. In the description box, folks, you're going to find a link to the article that the Judge Rotberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals regards to the JRC's quote-unquote behavioral modification program. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so much they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they do not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused to comply. So you know the drill, folks. Please like that article and share on all your social media. We also have a link to NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe, because we are crowdfunding, folks, in case the JRC actually has the balls to see through with their threat. We also have the links, speaking of, to the Agape boarding school situation. Tell me again, ladies, that boys can't be abused, because I'm here to educate you today. Or as Kevin Hart would say, you're going to learn today. Agape Boarding School is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri, with so-called troubled male teens that has and pending over 21 civil lawsuits, substantiated claims and allegations substantiated by the independent investigations done by the Missouri Department of Social Services that include sodomy, sexual assault, child abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, starvation, and child trafficking, and that's just for starters. We've got one former staff member arrested by the FBI, another a doctor who still lives on the premises, up on multiple substantiated claims, again by the Missouri Department of Social Services, of sodomy, sexual assault against the students there, along as myriad of others. He's literally facing prison time, and he's still got access to those kids that are still left there. We've got an attorney general so busy being up Trump's ass he can't seem to figure out his ass from his mouth, and he certainly can't seem to figure out how to do his job. So folks, share those articles on all your social media. Don't forget to sign and share the change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. We got the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign as well, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject. We've got Jennifer Masumba's behavioral sheet that include all shockable offenses, including if you stand up for 3 seconds without permission just to dig the underwear out of your ass. Common in high school, right, Paul?
Yep.
We've also got the links to the brief clip that's a part of the 7-hour ordeal undergone by Andre McCollins, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shed to Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. By the way, Ambi fans, you want to tell me a male can't be abused? Go watch that video of Andre McCollins and then come at me again. I dare you. When we talk about the JRC, folks, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you have young children present, please use your headphones. This channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity and we talk about dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and watching this channel, parental supervision, all right? I can't raise your kids for you. Also, folks, it is 3:32 a.m. in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'm pissed off, or as Paul would call it, Tiffany's having her regular morning.
Yep.
So if I stumble over my words, folks, apologies in advance, all right? Okay. So rant over unless I just get hit by another wave of anger. Sorry, folks. Bullshit, bigotry, and just out and out stupid just will hit me the wrong way in the mornings, especially when I've not had enough caffeine yet. All right. Trigger warning. We're about to read the words coming from the deranged and delusional mind of Dr., and I use that term lightly, Matthew Israel. He's going to gaslight us. He's going to victim blame, and he's just going to try to blow smoke up our ass. So just kind of be warned that we're about to descend into a mind of insanity, and I'm not talking the good kind. Ugh. Next paragraph. Oh, he put it in bold. I feel a rant coming on. I'm going to take some calming tea here. Particularly disturbing is the author's willingness to distort testimonial material from the JRC's own website. Oh, for fuck's sake. Someone explain to me how me reading your words is distorting something. The authors put in direct quotes from the parents. They did not indicate that the parents were against the JRC. They did not indicate that the parents were fighting the JRC. No, in fact, they stated quite clearly that these statements from JRC's own website were for parents that drink the goddamn Kool-Aid and actually support the place. Once again, Matthew Israel is lying to you. He doesn't want you to read those statements. Gee, I wonder why. And considering it's, let's just say, it is real rich for him to say that we're distorting and we're misinforming when the bastard got himself caught from ordering the destruction of evidence that was demanded from him on a court case. That's why he's no longer with the JRC, because he got caught. But we're the ones you can't trust, right? The author took words out of context, made up statements that were not made by the persons who gave the testimonials, and represented the material to be negative comments about the JRC and or verses. They did no such thing, Doctor. They did absolutely no such thing. They were not taken out of context. They were presented as whole as they were on your website. It is not our problem if it makes you look bad. Maybe you should stop torturing us. How about that? Maybe I shouldn't be tortured for how I was born. How about that? They did not misrepresent, nor did they lie. Matter of fact, the statements that they call lies are testimonies that come in the form of Jennifer Masumba, who was backed up by, remember, the New York report by the New York Department of Special Education. Oh, but let me guess. They have a philosophical aversion to aversives. Right, Doctor? New York lied too. Everybody's lying but the JRC, right? Don't trust your lying eyes. Trust me, bruh. Yeah, they did not lie. They did not distort anything, nor did they in any way connotate that those comments were negative or positive. The fact that you found them negative when you read the report, Doctor, should maybe cue you into something. But sure, the doctors, psychiatrists, the clinicians who are a part of MDRI is really going to put their fucking licenses on the line just to lie about JRC. Spare me. If the authors were so willing to falsify statements that can be so easily checked just by going to the JRC website, how much have they distorted many other accusations in the MDRI report that were made anonymously and whose accuracy cannot be checked? Oh, but they can, Doctor. They actually really can. Because we've been doing it on this channel since July of 2021. Every single statement made in the MDRI report has been corroborated by a survivor, a whistleblower, and inside the New York report by your own DESI reports, your own handbook, and your own fucking website. We didn't falsify shit. I love how they say this. Here's how it goes, folks. They're indicating we're all autistic, right? And we're lying to you, right? Let me show you something. Just because I'm a salty bitch this morning. This is from our enemies, no less. Let me highlight it for you, and then I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it through several types of these things. This has come from some of our opponents. From our opponents, Doctor. Applied Behavior Analysis, edu.org. Valuable lessons learned from people with autism and ASD. Often people with autism are like 3-year-olds. Fuck you. They are brutally honest to a fault. They are brutally honest to a fault. While this trait may cause embarrassment, it also means that this person, without guile, folks. Here we go again. Research autism. These folks are also not our friends. Autistic people are generally honest and like clarity and communication. Here. Autistic people are also often called rude and disrespectful because our honesty. We cannot make a blanket statement or answer for everyone, but generally people with autism are the most honest people whom you will ever be honored to know. Maybe this would be better expressed as autistic people are often honest. Very honest. You've seen that from some of us advocates' detractors, folks. What does it say? Honest to a fault. So honest we're rude. Yeah, we're about blunt as a brick through a window. But we falsify statements and we're lying. Can't be both, Doctor. Matter of fact, our honesty is actually considered a detriment to us. Because we're supposed to, blow smoke up people's ass and, give them their nicety false small talk. Right? Right? Now, he's going to tell you the authors of this article. Many who are self-advocates, many who are autistic, that we are deliberately falsifying statements and lying to you. How can you trust us? Well, Doctor, which one is it? Are we honest to a fault to the point of rudeness? Are we so close to our codes of honor and conduct that we will not deviate from them, even if it is beneficial to us to do so? Things that were found in a study done at Yale? Or are we liars, manipulators? Because it can't be both. I showed you those things to prove a point. What these doctors like Matthew Israel, who runs these places, like to do is distort views of us. That you can't trust us, we're delusional, we're liars, we're trying to manipulate you, all to just attack the JRC. We have no motive to do so, folks. We're not just looking for schools to go pick on. We have lives, believe it or not. Okay? It is exhausting to fight these bastards day in and day out, year after year. Okay? I would love nothing more for this to be over with. Matthew Israel behind fucking bars where he fucking belongs, and he can take that goddamn bitch Glenda Cook along with him. Okay? I'd love to be done. I really would. I'd love to be able to focus on other things than dealing with these fucking hellscapes that they call schools. Okay? I have no reason to just attack a school randomly. I really don't. For him to sit there and tell you with his full goddamn chest, you can't believe them. They're lying. They're lying. What they say is false. We debunked them. And by the way, the fact that you say that you debunked us with your response to New York is fucking laughable. Oh my God, have you even read your own bullshit? I have seen better excuses come out of a 5-year-old. I actually have. So, what are we getting out of this? Matthew Israel wants to use our disability as a weapon. They want to use it as a means and a way to get you to distrust us. They want to tout the outdated and false premise under which ABA is founded that we are trying to manipulate an outcome or we're trying to get attention. And they want to use it to bludgeon us so that you won't listen to anything we have to say. To do so, he is tapping into an innate ableism that is embedded in neurotypical society. I'm not saying it's neurotypical's fault per se, necessarily, at least to younger generations. But that's what they do. And unconsciously, many people will buy into it. So, what can we do with people like Matthew Israel who want to distort how people with autism are looked at because they're trying to cover their own ass? Read the facts. God, I've said it with the JDAH case. I'm maybe blue in the face at this point. Look at the facts. I'm going to tell you, don't listen to me. I'm going to tell you, don't listen to that person, that person, that person. I'm going to tell you, go to Autistic Hoya's massive archive and read the article after article after article. Hospital record after hospital record after hospital record. Court case after court case after fucking court case. The evidence, the photos, the goddamn fucking behavioral sheet. That came from them. That didn't come from us. We didn't create that, JRC. You did. And view those things. Then come and tell us, are we falsifying anything? Are we lying? Are we manipulating? Are we picking on the poor JRC? Read the DESI reports. Read the New York report. Come then and tell me if we're lying and manipulating and falsifying shit. Don't forget, this comes very ritually, again, from an individual who was caught ordering staff to destroy evidence demanded of him by a court of law. Maybe, doctor, you should be looking in your own backyard before you come out and accuse us. I'm going to close out on that. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. And again, folks, don't take my word for it. This is why we have a description box. Autistic Hoya's massive archive is right there. You want to check our accuracy? Go to that page because it's not distorted, doctor. These are articles that have in articles, court case documents, pictured evidence, none of which has been tampered with by Autistic Hoya. They are presented as exactly as they are. If you want to test our accuracy, go ahead. As autistics, we like our receipts. Again, I do appreciate your time. As always, we hope you have a good one. Goodbye.